Hi, I'm Ashura, and this is part 1 of the Bastion Covenant campaign story. As per usual, I'm going to be taking you guys through the story and pretty much basically nothing else. So, buckle up, because there's a lot of quests ahead of us. There's, 9 campaigns, which we're not all doing right now, but lots of quests to read, lots of NPCs to talk to see what they have to say, and that's it. I actually recorded the first 2 storylines of the Bastion Covenant campaign when Shadowlands was in beta, and then never put it together. But it's okay, because it was mostly me just, like, jumping off of Elysian Hold and dying, so... I love Bastion. Yes! Alright, bye! Genius. We're gonna start this. We're gonna embark on the Bastion Covenant campaign. So starting at the very first quest, you have chosen well. The Kyrian have long ferried souls across the Veil into the Shadowlands, ensuring a steady supply of anima for all the realms. Their sacred purpose must be kept strong. Speak with Polemarch Adrestes and begin your future with your covenant.
You have questions?
Hail, Mawwalker. You will be well at home among the Kyrian, sister. We welcome your aid. The Archon was so confident in this outcome that she has arranged a grand reception for you in honor of your efforts against the Maldraxxus incursion into our realm. For now, all you must do is journey to the seat of eternal hymns. I shall meet you there.
Proceed with courage. We all
see, this guy has got wings. And he's like, alright, see you there. It's Magni and BFA flashbacks all over again. Why can't you just take me?
I am glad you arrived safely. Do you need a task?
Much has culminated in this moment. Though the path you follow is not that of a traditional ascended, it is a Kyrian path all the same. To follow it is to bask in the footsteps of the innumerable lives before us, forever in service to a good far greater than we can achieve alone. To join us amidst such strife is an accomplishment worthy of recognition. Our Archon has called all among us to join her in welcoming you to our ranks. Yeah!
You wish to be of service?
Are you ready to begin the ceremony?
Find
Heck yeah.
your purity. In this moment, we shall follow the path together. Come. Brothers and sisters, hear me. On this day, we have come together for a momentous occasion. The Mawwalker has proven that they are an ally not only to Bastion, but to all the Shadowlands. They have chosen to join our vaunted ranks to help us reclaim our realm.
Archon's light shine upon you. We stand together.
Behold our glorious Archon, she who was ancient when this realm was young.
Step forward. Face your fellow Kyrian, so they may welcome you as one of their own.
Shoot. Kyrian glory. Pledge yourself to the Kyrian Covenant.
This mortal has not been long upon our path, but their strides have echoed throughout the halls of the Ascended. In service to our cause, they have defended our temples against invasion, exposed the traitor Denathrius, and braved the terrors of the Moor itself. On this day, we welcome them into our sacred covenant. Together, we will restore peace and order to this realm. Glory to Bastion!
These brave souls are your kin now, Moor Walker. Welcome. I am the Archon's will.
May this be but the beginning.
Wisdom guide your path.
One more step yet remains before your initiation is complete. You must now enter Elysian Hold, entryway to the rest of the Spires of Ascension, and the vantage point from which the Ascended safeguard Bastion and our aspirants in training. Once there, we shall ensure you are fully acquainted with the Hold's offerings. Since you lack wings, I shall escort you there.
Go in service.
I will take you to Elysian Hold when you are ready.
Stay true to our eternal charge.
So these are all named NPCs. These must all be the NPCs in... Alright, nothing to see there.
What
Let's
troubles
go.
you?
Oh no.
Elysian Hold was built by the Archon to serve as our Covenant's base of operations. With the Jailer's allies encroaching on all sides, we must make full use of its resources. Bask in the glory of Elysian Hold. Magnificent, is it not? Much remains to be done to ready ourselves for action across the Shadowlands. By the Archon's grace,
Welcome home, Ashura.
remain humble.
As you aid our sacred covenant across the Shadowlands, your connection to it shall grow ever stronger. Your renown will afford you many benefits over time. Seek out Iona Skyblade at the front of the Hold near the crest of Ascension. She will show you the glory of the path.
You are seen.
I am the Archon's will, unyielding, undying, immutable. We are Kyrian by her hand. Who are you to question her grace?
We all serve a greater good.
I never recorded the Bastion leveling experience. I did it day one, all in one day because I was so excited. But I actually really, really love Bastion as a zone. And I'm gonna say that many more times throughout this whole series.
You are seen.
Greetings, Mawwalker. It is an honor. All who follow the path are granted precious gifts by virtue of their connection with our covenant. The strength of that bond, known as renown, is reflected in the shining spires of Elysian Hold itself. Though you have yet to gain renown, you will as you aid us across the Shadowlands. When you are ready, I will show you all that the path can provide.
Go in service.
What is my renown? Gotcha.
Follow the path.
Follow the path always, and all will be well. Elysian Hold requires anima to operate fully. We need as much as we can so it may serve our needs. Our temples are fraught with challenges. By heeding their call, you will recover anima for use within the sanctum here. Speak with Hermestes first, who will guide you on the path of courage.
We shine in her glory.
I wonder if I get to go through all the temples. There's some placards at the very beginning of Bastion when you start the leveling experience. So there's 3, I think, for the roles of the Kyrian. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. And then there's one for Carestia, the Archon, and then one that actually takes you through the trials, which was something that I was always confused when I started going through Bastion, It's not exactly clear what the aspirant trials are, but they're all actually really nicely laid out in that. And it's very much so worth a read, I would say.
I am honored you stand beside
I knew you
the
would answer the
Kyrian.
call, Mallwalker. There is much to be done. Our forces are weakened by doubt and our temples are under assault. If we are to aid the rest of the Shadowlands, we must begin here, in Bastion. Travel the Golden Fields and root out evil wherever you may find it. In time, we will rebuild our forces and our anima stores and stand tall once more. Today, you walk the path of courage. It is your calling. Show our people that doubt will not fester here.
Until next we meet, Mallwalker.
Do the hills echo with the cries of your victories, Mallwalker? Alright,
Our covenant holds true.
I gotta do some world quests. Which probably aren't worth showing, but sometimes world quests have some really fascinating lore in them. Alright.
The void took hold of Bastion's forces, turning wildlife and Kyrian alike against their own. Agvia's defenders fought valiantly to push back their corrupted allies.
Bruh! How far outside this zone do you think I can go? Centurion Colossus? Before it'll like boot me out and say, you're not in the right subzone that you should be. Oh man, that's so cool though.
The defending forces were ushered to cleanse themselves soon after the battle's end. The memories of taking the life from their possessed kin were too much to bear.
Oh! That's interesting! I thought she meant cleanse themselves of void corruption and the memories, like... Yeah, okay, so after you become ascended, you can continue to purge yourself of memories if you want. I didn't realize that. I would have thought that, Alright, we'll do that one next. I would have thought that, that seems like specifically it's a part of the ritual, the trials to become ascended, right? You like purge yourself of your memories so that you're free of those burdens. Though I suppose that's something that you might want to keep doing to remain kind of unbiased in the grand scheme of things. I guess.
I will tolerate these fiends in my temple no longer. See that they are dealt with.
Elysian Hold welcomes
The hills
you.
speak of your faith and honor, and our forces radiate with each victory. Glory to Bastion, glory to the Archon, glory to the Mallwalker.
Until next we meet, Mallwalker.
You have fulfilled your calling, Mallwalker, and brought peace to our realm. Stay vigilant, for others will similarly call upon you in time. The anima you have so dutifully recovered will be of great use in the hold. Bring it to Hafis at once. He will ensure it is kept safe until it is needed. Go in service.
Our covenant holds true.
Valuable items from the forges and archives of the Ascended are contained within. Okay. Kyrian music box. Minuscule bells are rung by tiny chimes that rotate around a spatial representation of Bastion. Forge hand tools. Humble in appearance, these devices are perfectly balanced and impossibly sharp. Kyrian wave simulator. Acoustically resonant chambers project the sound of water lapping against a shore. Like white noise for sleep? Okay. Nice! Actually kinda, yeah. Alright. We're getting there.
You seek me.
The Mallwalker returns triumphant. Have you any anima on hand? As the flow of anima withered within Bastion, our mighty Archon entrusted me with guarding our stores until they are needed. You may deposit any anima you recover into the reservoir here. By my life, and by the glory of the Archon, I will ensure they are kept safe.
Archon shield you.
Click to deposit. See, like I said, we were gonna skip all the boring stuff, but I actually haven't done any of this. Or haven't even looked into it. Like, I'm a lore story person, right? And that's probably why you're here, is to get the story. But excuse me while I just stare at this for 15 minutes. This is actually also funny because the first version of the first, like, 2 storylines of Bastion that I recorded was pretty different. But I think that's because a lot of the endgame stuff hadn't been implemented yet. It was purely just the story. So I didn't have to do world quests or any of this. It might be worth doing like a side-by-side comparison. Alright. I'll skip over this. I'll be back. Wait, actually, that's interesting. Restore anima to the dormant transportation portals that once linked all of Bastion. Further empower the network to expand on your travel options. I think those are these, right? So the Kyrian could just... It's not enough to have wings to fly, they also have portals. Restore anima to this powerful and ancient device. Once operational, it allows you to siphon anima to different parts of Bastion in order to activate new challenges and adventures. Lead and inspire our forces as we fight to deny the Forsworn and combat any threats to Bastion. Path of Ascension, an ancient rite of combat in which you act as a tactical guide for champions of Bastion, testing their mettle against a series of powerful foes. It's actually really interesting going through this and seeing what the lore is for all of these little things. Wow. Nothing. Okay.
Go in service.
Every drop is precious. I will keep it safe here. All the anima in the Shadowlands will not restore Elysian Hold to its full glory without willing souls to ensure its many capabilities function properly. Soul Guide Dahlia is one of our most veteran watchers. She has been tasked with bringing souls to these halls once more. You should pay her a visit within the Sanctum of Binding to see if you might be of aid.
Follow the path.
Huh. Tasked with bringing souls to these halls once more. Like, Torghast souls, right? Because it's not like we're getting them from the Arbiter.
Together we rise.
Your arrival is most timely, Mawwalker. Even with all your aid, our sanctum will grow weaker without souls willing to help us. Many souls that may have been destined for Bastion are trapped within the Maw. If you can find a way to free them, they will help us restore Elysian Hold's power. Seek out what aid you can and do what we cannot, Mawwalker. Our very future may depend upon it.
Archon watch over you.
Oh, okay.
What troubles you?
Sure. Sounds great.
Do you feel the maw tearing at your mind?
Please tell me you have something interesting to discuss, Mawwalker. Back again so soon, Mawwalker?
Discover more secrets. Then we can talk.
Back to rescue more souls? How intrepid. Though I must say, your earlier escapade has drawn the jailer's attention, and his ire. After all, none have successfully eluded him before, except for me. Now his forces are on high alert, hunting down any errant souls that the fabled Mawwalker may try to steal from him. It has made things quite inconvenient for me. If you and I are going to work together, we need to set a few ground rules. And you must be properly equipped.
trust not what you see in the maw.
Alright, tell me. Oh god. You will tell no one of my existence. Your endeavors here are your own to accomplish. I will provide you with a soul keeper, an artifact that is capable of storing souls found within the maw. By accepting the soul keeper and agreeing to these terms, you and I will enter into a contract with each other. You will freely share with me any valuable information you discover within the maw. In exchange, I will allow you to purchase tools to help you survive this realm and rescue the souls you seek. Do we have a deal? Yeah. Okay. Seems beneficial for me.
Return only.
I think.
It is remarkable what you can find discarded in the maw. I pride myself in recognizing a valuable asset when I see one.
She's such an interesting character. Cause I was doing Maldraxxus, cause that's when you first meet her, I think. And she was like, "Yeah, I've been trapped here," and I'm like, "You're trapped here, but you trade to people?" Like, I don't know. Either I misinterpreted or just
Have you come
sus.
to trade or to waste your breath?
But I mean, I guess it makes sense that, like, if you're gonna be trapped here, because there's other brokers in Torghast of the same cartel. But I think she's avoiding them. I'm not sure what the story is, truthfully. Take care of that soul keeper. I have no desire to go through the effort of procuring another. Now let us get to business. Many doomed souls suffer within the maw. You must be careful if you do not wish to join them. Your soul keeper can hold a small number of souls until you return to your covenant, but that will be of little benefit if you do not survive this place yourself. There is a substance, Stygia, that is found on some creatures within the maw. The stronger the soul, the more Stygia they have. Collect some of it for me, and I can fashion it into many things you will find quite useful.
I would Rule 1. Always have an exit strategy. To ensure one's continued existence within the maw, one must maintain a plan of escape at all times.
Save for
I
relocation.
acknowledge the irony of me creating this rule despite my current inability to depart this place. You may laugh briefly without causing offense. Enough chuckling. Gather the Stygia I require and return with haste. Your cipher awaits.
Jailer's Eye? Third eye of the... I immediately thought about Odin's Eye, and I was like, wait a second. We don't even know who has that eyeball yet. Right? Alright, well... This is gonna hurt. The torn and faded pages depict punishments too lenient and therefore disposed of. Venari may wish to study them. Oh, I got 46 Stygia! Heck yeah! Right. This doesn't suck that much yet.
Find anything of interest, Moonwalker? Procure something of value.
Ah, a rare bit of insight into the minds of the Maw's eternal tormentors. Quite fascinating, if a bit frightening.
Will that be all, Moonwalker?
You seem to have a knack for drawing the jailer's attention. This changes the terms of our agreement. Though you may wish to depart with your precious souls in tow, we now have additional matters to settle first. The eye of the jailer is upon you, and that does not bode well for either of us. Take this device. You will reinforce my wards to ensure he does not take notice of me as well. The last thing I need is a loud, inelegant mortal bringing more attention my way. Can't have the jailer capturing me, after all. I'm far too valuable.
I will. Rule 2. Keep a low profile. The Mo is no place for theatrics. Get in, get what you want, and get out, while endeavoring to retain your limbs and other possessions.
Oh, okay, so it'll make it a safe
Now
place.
that the jailers noticed you, you're doomed. Anything of import you do in the mall will catch his attention. And attention is exactly what we don't want.
Interesting.
First, he'll turn the Soul Seekers on you. Then the towers. Then his kill squads. And after that, well, you don't want to know. Surgical and meticulous. That's how you stay alive. The good news is that you're safe here in my refuge. Not so out there. Remember, should a tragic fate befall you, some of that precious Stygia might slip through your fingers.
I don't want that.
Fret not, mortal. A day at most away from his gaze, and the jailer will turn his attention elsewhere. Then it will be safe for you to venture out again, to acquire Stygia. For me.
I love her.
I have limitless time.
That should be
You
enough to hide us
do
from the
not.
jailer's sight. I need you alive. For the time being, at least. Now, back to business. Before you leave this cursed realm, there is one final task you must complete for me. The Maw-sworn regularly transfer souls to various blocks of Torghast from many different areas in the Maw. I happen to know of one such area. Place this beacon there so I may be informed when the next transfer happens. And if you are seen by the enemy, well, you are known for your prowess in combat, yes?
Trust. Rule 3. Trust is earned, and information has a price. You recall the cipher I gave you? That's right. You are now in my debt.
Clever. I wonder why she wants to know when the souls get sent to Torghast. Because I know eventually we go to Torghast for... Actually, I don't know why. I know we end up there eventually, I just... I don't know, she has a long game. She's playing the long con, and you couldn't convince me it's just so she has, like, a monopoly over, I don't want to say trade, but you know, like, the Maw. Oh, God. I'm afeared. Yeah, okay, whatever.
For the Earth Mother!
Baine?
You will never escape the Maw!
Oh! Yeah, I kind of forgot they were still here. That's real awkward. Shoot. Black ooze covers Baine's mace.
Who will claim your soul?
It is caved in the skull of many Maw-sworn. Okay.
I trust you are not followed.
I will have opportunities for trade in the future, Mawwalker. I am certain our paths will cross again. One of your associates was taken into Torghast? It sounds as if he put up quite the fight. Perhaps he could also prove useful if he were to be rescued.
Do not tread carefully when the eye of the jailer falls upon you, mortal. It would be frightfully inconvenient to lose a trading partner with such potential.
The terms of our bargain have been met. You may depart with the souls you acquired. Perhaps the fate of this Baine is of interest to you or your allies. I suggest you return to Oribos and consult them. No need to rush. After all, those held within Torghast are tortured for centuries. Kindly remember not to tell anyone about our arrangement. Discretion is key between business partners, after all.
Return. You really shouldn't linger here. The jailer doesn't like having his toys taken away, even once he discarded. Go on, back to Oribos with you.
Ooh.
What news?
Ashura, the darkness of them all lingers upon you. What news do you bring?
I fear darker days are to come.
Baine suffers within Torghast, but at least we know that he yet lives. Rushing to his rescue would prove disastrous without a plan of attack. I will see to preparing one. In the meantime, I suggest you bring the souls you rescued to Elysian Hold. The Kyrian are vital to the Shadowlands. If Bastion reigns in turmoil, then all might soon be lost.
The balance must be restored.
Okay. I had a thought. And that thought was, it's funny that he says, at least he lives. And I'm like, but if he died, where would he go? You know, would he, I mean, I guess he would stay in the maw, technically, because all souls are being funneled into the maw. But like, if you're immortal and you die in the Shadowlands, obviously the lore behind the player character's death is you have those spirit obelisks and your connection to Azeroth or something or other essentially keeps you alive. Like, I haven't really, not to brag, I've only died once so far on live. No, I haven't looked into it since like alpha/beta, because when I died then, like I remember in Bastion, Visiphone was a spirit thing and she would appear and she would go. She would say something about easing your transition, and then you just go back to your body and everything's fine. So I wonder, like I assume we're still living, so if we die in the Shadowlands, we just become a spirit. I guess where we are, like we wouldn't get transported to the mall, right? Because your spirit has to be picked up by one of the Kyrian. And I'm not sure the Kyrian are kind of faring around the Shadowlands, picking up the souls of just random Mawwalker mortals. So entirely possible you could just die and then become a part of the covenant that you're chilling in. But that'd be bad, because that would be like, what if that's not the covenant that you're supposed to go to, that the Arbiter has judged you for? So, the long version of this being that I guess Baine's alive, but also if he died, would it matter? Because he'd still be in the maw. And we could still free his soul, like we have a soul keeper. We could take his soul and we could give him to the respective afterlife he's supposed to be in. The stakes just feel kind of low, I guess. Like, if we want to take him back to Azeroth with us, yeah. But...
I am the Archon's will.
Welcome back, Mawwalker. Our work has not paused in your absence. Our brothers and sisters are spread thin, fighting the Forsworn, maintaining order among aspirants waiting to ascend, and countless other duties. The willing souls you recovered from the maw will be a great boon to our capabilities in these dire times. Go to Haefis at once. He has long been searching for aid in activating some of our sanctum's most powerful features. It is time we saw Elysian Hold brought to its full potential. Ooh, gear.
Proceed with courage.
This is actually really different from the one I did in beta. But I haven't even done my soulbind yet, and I was like, ah! That is so fascinating.
Speak, mortal.
I could feel their presence as soon as you brought them to the hold. What a momentous occasion. As thanks for your efforts in recovering the anima and souls we now have available, you may decide which of Elysian Hold's features we upgrade first. Once active, it shall expand our capabilities to help not only Bastion, but all of the Shadowlands. Do not worry. As you continue to recover anima and willing souls, we will activate them all in time. For now, a single upgrade must suffice.
Courage steel your heart.
Oh.
We shine in her glory.
A wise decision. It will take some time to activate, but all good things are worth waiting for, are they not? There's one last thing you must do before we can act to clean up Denathrius' chaos. You must have a soulbind. All Kyrian undergo this sacred ritual, albeit typically many eons before they stand before the Archon herself. Soul Guide Dahlia will guide you in this process. Seek her out in the chamber below.
Discipline in all things.
We're almost there.
The soul binding chamber is this way.
You seek guidance?
I see even now that your soul burns brighter than most. To soulbind with another is not an irrevocable bond. However, it is not to be entered into lightly. You will experience one another's pasts, your hopes, fears, dreams, your very memories, if any still linger. You will become kindred spirits in the truest sense. Once complete, your connection will transcend physical space and make you stronger in more than mere brawn.
Aspirant Clea, thank you for joining us on this sacred occasion to witness the bonding of this outsider with Aspirant Pelagos.
Pelagos?
Pelagos?
Clea, they saved me. And many others. It does make sense. I would be honored, Soul Guide. I just hope I can keep my bond with Clea as well.
You shall. This ancient device shall allow your souls to connect. Simply reach out to one another.
I remember when I first saw this, I was like, are we doing a three-way soulbind? Like, can you soulbind with someone and then soulbind with someone else? Because most people that you run across, and there's maybe 3 or 4 pairs of them, as far as we can tell, are only like dual soulbinds. Kind of interesting.
Share your words of wisdom. I feel everything. By the Archon. What a life you have lived. I am here for you.
What troubles you?
Your journey together is just beginning. Cool. To bond souls is but the first step. You must now explore its potential. Just as Pelagos will gain strength from you, so too shall you grow from him. As your bond grows over time, you will touch deeper into one another's souls, and so your strength shall increase. All you must do is place your hand upon the Forge of Bonds to augment your bond. There is no price to pay. The only limitation is your connection to our sacred covenant.
Go in service.
Sweetness.
Together we
May you
rise.
prove worthy allies to one another in the trials to come. While the gifts your bond shall bring you are substantial, you may also empower yourself further through the use of conduits. Conduits act to channel the energy of your soulbind into your form more directly, increasing your potential in a myriad of ways. Use the ones I have given you as a test of this power, but fear not, you will find others as you aid the Shadowlands.
Together we are strong.
Oh. Oh my god. Wait, I love this. Activate the slot first, choose a path. Insert a potency. Okay.
It is done. May the power within your soul serve you well.
Fascinating.
You seek guidance?
Your soulbind will go alongside you in time, but your training is complete for now. You have been fully inducted into our sacred covenant, Mawwalker, and may stand tall forevermore as a Kyrian. There will be many challenges ahead of us. We shall face them together. For now, return to Polemark Adrestes and inform him that your training is complete. We are few in number as of late, and I am sure he will have need of you. Go in service, Ashura.
Archon watch over you.
That's a long
How may I be of service?
first storyline, but I mean... I like it. Oh man, what a setup. Okay.
Do you need a task?
On behalf of our glorious Archon, may you follow the path always towards a brighter tomorrow. We have received word from High Lord Fordragon urging you to return to him in Oribos at once. All I know is it pertains to the Maw. You should go to him with haste. Anything involving that dark place must be our top priority.
Go in service.
Sure.
Stay true to our eternal charge.
I just auto-accepted. We all serve the greater purpose here, even those in Revendreth that we may not agree with. We take souls to them in need of a harsher form of cleansing, and it is just. Yet Sire Denathrius has gone too far and now seeks to control all of the Shadowlands. We have friends there amongst the Venthyr. Aid them and put their enemies to rest. The word of the Archon is with you. Okay, well, that's the end of the first storyline. So this has been a long video. I will end this here then. Oh, so much. That was so dense. And there's a lot to process, because I know a lot of it is like very mechanical, like it's just introducing you to endgame content. But there's a lot of lore weaved into it, more than I would have expected, I think. And I remember when I did it on beta, it was very straightforward. Like, you just went into the Covenant, you got introduced to all these things, like quest after quest, you did your soulbind, and that was it. Like, there wasn't any of that introduction to the Maw. I like this, though. I love it. I'm ready. I'm ready for more. Okay. So that's the end of our Bastion Covenant campaign, part 1. Until next time, I'm Ashura, and I will see you for the next story playthrough.